What's good, guys? It's Monster Chappie. How are you doing on this wonderful weekend? It's cold in Minnesota, but you know what? It's all good. We got a Madden 13 gameplay, and this is actually a $10 money game against Cir22 on the Xbox side of things, I believe. And right away, we start off with an interception. We got the Chicago Bears in the Windy City taking on the Seattle Seahawks, as you guys can see already. So we start off the game great. We get an interception. And, you know, we're moving down the field pretty well. It's always a beautiful thing. And that's going to be what we're going to talk about in this video. Two things. Turning down and turning up. Because what you're going to see in this game is definitely a turn down and then a turn up. And hopefully, you know, that can lead us to a victory, hopefully. So as you can see, we start off the game great. We're doing everything perfect. You know, we get into the end zone. We got our stop. So we're in the position to win this game based off possessions. And what do you know, right here we get that user pick. Go ahead and take away that inside pass lead, and we get the pick there. So now what happens is kind of a letdown or a turn down or whatever you want to call it. You know, when you let up, your foot kind of lays off the gas. You don't know why, but it just happens, and then bad stuff just starts happening. You know, he just gets the fumble, and he's going to go ahead and crib that right away. And once he gets there, obviously, he wants to celebrate, so he goes ahead and leaps into the end zone, which is perfectly fine, man. He made a great play. But that letdown, and the reason you can't allow these letdowns to happen and these, you know, losses of intensity, losses of execution, because once it happens, it just seems to keep rolling and rolling and rolling, and then the bad things just seem to keep piling up, and all of a sudden you're throwing pick sixes, a fumble six, and you know, all of a sudden you're down 7 in a game where you feel like you've been outplaying your opponent for the most part, but just lack of execution, lack of following through, lack of finishing strong, lack of, you know, just finishing things out like drives and possessions and things like that. It leads you to be down in games which you should be up, or it leads you to losing games that you should win. And then players start dropping balls, you start fumbling like crazy. It's just piles on top of piles on top of piles of stuff that just keeps going wrong and eventually leads to your loss. And that's what's popping off here. Right here, he hits us with a nice screen pass with the delay screen. And, you know, Marshawn Lynch isn't going to fumble too often, so you definitely can't rely on that as an out for stopping the run. You're definitely going to have to really lock in on the run if you're going to slow him down. And right here, he's managing the clock perfectly, basically just killing that clock, killing the clock. And he's just continuing to run the ball, which definitely caught us by surprise. So that's one thing to be aware of. You know, some guys are very comfortable continuing to run the ball. Right here, Marshawn just gets so strong into the end zone. So we go into the second half, and again, he executed that end of the first half drive to perfection. So now he has a 2-possession lead, and now we really need to turn it up and just execute. And what do you know? We go ahead and throw a pick, throw it across the field, across our body. Tried to throw it through the defender. There was just no way that ball was going to get there. And then he continues to attack on the ground and move the chains very slowly and kill the clock. So you know what, man? We need to turn it up on defense right now. Otherwise, we're going to be in a lot of trouble and end up losing this game.
Turn up!
So we go to our assistant coach, Mr. Kevin Hart himself, and we go get our motivational speech, because right now we're playing poorly as a team, and as you've seen, it works out to perfection. Our defense starts bottling up the run, and it just works out great for us. So now all we need is 2 touchdowns to tie this game up, and all of a sudden the offense is starting to move, starting to roll how it's supposed to, and things are going back to how they normally do. We just need to continue to move the ball, hold on to it, and execute. And right here, Jeffrey drops it, so hold up.
Let's go! Turn up!
Sometimes one motivational speech isn't enough and you need another one. So Mr. Ashlon Jeffrey, let's go ahead and make this play. And I know his name is Alshon, but I'm calling him Ashlon because when I call him Ashlon, he makes plays. Now, moving forward, now that we've got our speech, we get the offense rolling. Go ahead and go for 2 here, and we don't end up getting it, which is unfortunate. We're really trying to put that dagger in them, but the defense is stepping up again, and they are playing, and again, they are just rolling off of that speech, rolling off that motivation, and continuing to lock up on D. Right here, he punts it deep to Hester, and oh, Oh, you can't punt it to Hester. You know this, right? Oh, he didn't know. The wiggle sticks. He gone. He gone. Mr. Hester bringing us back. And all we need is the... Oh, my goodness. We get the delay a game on a 2-point conversion. Are you serious? It's okay. We get a little bit of additional space. And what does that do? Creates more opportunities.
Let's go. One more. Turn up. Turn up.
So now we got another motivational speech because we need to finish this game strong, get to stop preventing from getting any points. And what do you know? We get a holding call in the kick return, which is always a beautiful thing. And the defense is still fired up, still, you know, motivated, still getting loose, still just everything is going great. And what do you know? We get the interception, send the A-gap at him, and now we are in a position to end this ball game. All we need to do is kill the rest of this clock and get some points on the board. But, you know, Mr. Forte running hard, running like a beast, definitely, and did not want to go down. So we get into the goal line area. So now our goal is to get 7 and to try to make him use all his timeouts. And we're able to make him use those timeouts. So on 3rd and goal, you know, I'm definitely not going to take those points off the board because it's going to leave him a minute. And we score. And then we get a pick. And let's go. That's going to be the ball game. Don't call it a comeback. That is how you turn up. They wanted to dive into the end zone. They wanted to hurdle. They wanted to leap. But not in Chicago. That is not allowed. Don't do it. Let's go. Turn up. Played a terrible game because we let down. We took our foot off the gas. But you know what? Sometimes you need to just fire yourself back up. Turn the energy back on. And that will benefit you and lead to turnaround victories. So turn up the next time you find yourself, you know, in a bad position, in a position where things ain't going right, and it will happen. Shout out to Kevin Hart for the motivational speeches. We gone.